this is really gonna serve me. This is really empowering me. This information is really going to help me go in the world with confidence and take space and express myself and not care what other people think. Hello my friends, welcome to another episode of Alchemist Ways. My name is Malik. In this episode, we're going to talk about outgrowing your old self, how ego and limiting beliefs keep you small. My entire journey has been about becoming more aware of the ways in which I have rehearsed over and over and over again the art of limitation, the art of seeing myself as not capable. And we all grew up in different environments with different external forces, circumstances, people, parents, teachers, influences on TV, subliminal messages on TV. We all grew up with these forces coming to us and not necessarily knowing what we're absorbing, what we're taking in, what we're making it become part of us. And basically, ultimately, not knowing what we're processing in the moment. Because when you don't know what you're processing and you're just absorbing something, it has major consequences. Because you're just taking in information as truth, when in reality, it's not always truthful. It's not always truthful to you. It's not always truthful to me. It's not always truthful in terms of alignment, in terms of, hey, this is really gonna serve me. This is really empowering me. This information is really going to help me go in the world with confidence and take space and express myself and not care what other people think. And so, since we were little, there was a moment where we had to start feeling safe by identifying ourselves with a certain role, character, where we started identifying with different ways in which people were describing us and setting expectations on us. We all fell into the trap of, if I could just be exactly how my parents want me to be, I will be accepted, I will be approved, validated, and I will feel confident. I will feel like, okay, this makes sense. I know how to play this. This makes sense. Okay, so by manipulating myself, even if it's not honest, and even if I'm abandoning what's truthful for me, the honest emotions, the honest sensations that I'm feeling, even though I'm gonna try to be someone that they could accept me. And so that's the trap we all walk into as kids. It is the imprisonment of the ego. It is the identification with a story, identification with our name, identification with how other people see us, identification with expectations that other people put on us and that we need to sustain and maintain. Because if we don't maintain, we get a reaction from them, which is the external, and we start feeling like shit. So the journey is to build, I would say rebuild, a new relationship with yourself. A new relationship where you could outgrow what doesn't serve you anymore. All the rehearsing, the character that you've been playing, the actions that you've been taking, the behavioral patterns. Because not all patterns, not all behaviors are being done consciously. Some that are still running as programs since we're little are running in the background because we've practiced them for so long that we don't even think about it. Does it ever happen to you when you're driving and you're talking on the phone with a friend and you're going to, let's say, the grocery store, and at some point you get back home and you're like, man, I don't know how I went to the grocery store, I came back, I wasn't even, like, it just happened so fast, I wasn't even focused on it, I was more focused on the conversation. It's because you became so used to rehearsing the trip that part of your mind doesn't need to be so focused. It already knows automatically how to get you from this place to this place. And so just like your personality, if you've rehearsed a people-pleasing tendency, let's say, and you've practiced it for so long that you don't realize how it comes up online so fast. It's so automatic. It's like, oh, let me take care of this for you. Oh, yes, I'll do it. Yes. Oh, you play the role of the people pleaser, and you are doing it because once upon a time, when we were little, we had to do it to feel seen. We had to do it to seek validation, approval. We had to do it because we were getting through that transaction. We were getting something that was filling up a void. And most of the time it was because just being our true, authentic, and natural expression was not enough. It wasn't enough. In the moment of being yourself, maybe it made other people uncomfortable. Maybe it made your parents trigger. Maybe it made them feel really a lack of patience. Maybe it made them react. And in reaction, you made it about you and you judged yourself in the moment. And in judging yourself, you judge yourself some more and you keep practicing judging yourself. After many, many years of judging yourself, you have practiced, rehearsed, solidify a limiting belief. And these limiting beliefs, they keep you completely stuck into the mold of the ego story that you've made for yourself. And this play on limiting beliefs and the beliefs of the ego, and the ego expressing itself as a story, as a confinement, as a character, a role, it will keep playing that game until you start questioning, why am I doing this? Why am I holding on to this? What's keeping me from experiencing something new? Why am I attracting the same people? Why am I not feeling capable of doing what I love? Why do I feel like I'm not gonna have that successful business? Why do I feel like I don't deserve this? Why do I feel like I'm never gonna get the house of my dreams? Why do I feel like I don't deserve, or I find it so hard to believe that I would attract such an amazing person like this in my life? Why do I have it? Why do I feel like it only happens in movies? Why do I feel that it's just wishful thinking? Why do I feel that other people could manifest this, or other people got to live this dream, but I don't think I'm gonna live this dream? Why do I feel that they're more capable than I am? Why do I feel that I'm not good enough? The good news is that you're not limited to anything. Your ego, the story that you've written in yourself, that you feel so safe in this cocoon, this comfort zone of, this is who I am, this is the story that happened to me, this is the type of parents I have, this is the way I have to operate in the world, this is the type of jobs that I can only get. this is who I am, this is how I see myself, that keeps you limited. It keeps you small. And this feeling of smallness, it is sending a signal to all your cells in your body that it is not safe to expand and to invite higher thoughts, thoughts of less limitation, thoughts that are telling you, hey, you have exactly what it takes to do whatever you want. You've had the answers within you all along. You are capable of doing anything other people are doing. You're not less than others. Everyone is mirroring full potentiality to each other. Everyone is reflecting our true nature, which is not limited to any story, not limited to any beliefs. What if the way you see yourself is a perspective? And I'm here to invite you to just take into consideration a new perspective. And on this journey of taking in a new perspective, I invite you to slowly, skillfully give yourself the courage to crack open from the shell or imprisonment that you have built for yourself, that we have all built for ourselves. This is everyone's story. We all have our own prison that we are so comfortable in, and guess what? It's locked from the inside. Which means that you feel that someone has shoved you into the prison. You feel that it's my parents' fault I'm like this. And now, poor little me, I'm a fucking victim of all the shit I went through as a kid. And that's the story you're writing for yourself, and you're rehearsing and you're practicing and you're making it real. Because a belief is just a thought you keep repeating. A belief is just a thought you keep repeating over and over and over again for many, many years. This solidifies it. It makes it real. It makes it a thing. But the good news is that you're an alchemist. You have the capacity to alchemize and change things within you, to transform within yourself. The same way that someone could go in a fridge and find 3 ingredients and put them together and make something delicious out of it, is the same way that you could actually tap into yourself and be like, okay, this is how I feel. I feel like shit. I feel like I'm not good enough. I don't feel capable. I really don't. Okay? How can I see this from a new perspective? How can I invite a new way of seeing this pain or suffering or limitation? Because I'm choosing to describe it the way I'm describing it. But what if I was to choose to describe it in a different way? What if I was to play with this, be creative, and invite a new belief? Maybe a belief that is more empowering. Maybe a belief that goes like this: everything that happened to me is exactly what had to happen for me to understand who I am. Wait, what? That's right. What if everything that happened to you, it served you, and you had to go through that? And in going through that, that's the gold that was hidden in it. It was in the negative perceived situations, the uncomfortable situations that happen. That in there lies the wisdom. The wisdom is when you turn your pain into gold, into higher levels of understanding. When I had a really challenging relationship with my father, and I had so much anger, bottled up anger towards my father, because He drank a lot when I was younger, and most of my childhood, I didn't feel like I was joyous. I felt like I always had to dim myself down, or because he was always drinking, he was always drunk, he was very aggressive, he was screaming. And this is where I closed. This is where my ability to stay centered has completely fell apart, dismantled. I was not able to feel safe. I was not able to trust. I was not able to understand what is going on. And so my way of processing this pain was about panic and going nuts and closing, hiding, escaping, which eventually led to taking drugs and partying and excessively, so that I could feel what I felt when I was little, which is this unapologetic freedom within myself, this ability to feel free and dance and be a crazy fucking weirdo. And at some point, this was lost. This was forgotten, because we close. When we close up, we tense, we contract, we limit, and we form a story around us. And the ego is there, right there in that story. Clinging, sticky, dependent on the story you are telling yourself and rehearsing, sometimes in your quietness, sometimes with other people, sometimes you don't even realize what you're saying. I wasn't realizing what I was constantly rehearsing when I was describing my situation or myself to other people. But one thing was for sure is that I was rehearsing it. I kept making it real. And with time, I realized that it's not real. It becomes a belief. And this belief becomes a parasitic thing where it controls your life. It keeps you paralyzed. And life is, goddamn, it's so fragile and it's so special to be stuck in limiting belief systems, because they're not supporting you. They're not keeping you, they're not putting you in an empowered place. They're disempowering you. They're shutting you down. They're shutting all your creative flair, your creative spark, your ability to be like, oh, what happens if I do this? Oh, great. Okay, well, I'm gonna do this and try this, and if that doesn't work, well, I've learned. So now I gotta go in this direction, and now there's a new inspiration. Oh, this is so good. So let me go try and talk and go up to this person and say what I really wanna say. Oh, let me express myself freely and see what happens, because I know that I'm being real and I'm being truthful to me. And if that doesn't happen, then it's okay. It's a redirection. I'm here to try. I'm here to build sandcastles, and maybe the wave takes it apart, and that's okay. There's a new opportunity. And maybe I try this, I try that. What happens if I put ginger in there? Oh, that was too much. Maybe put little less time. Next time, maybe ginger is not the answer. Maybe garlic is, maybe shallots, maybe asparagus needs to be what needs to be in this plate. Like, you're the alchemist. You're constantly the chef, the cook of your own life. You're constantly cooking with your own self. And when you become clear, when you increase your awareness of the mechanism, the underlining piping of your inner city, you understand how maintaining, sustaining your ego, your story of limitation, keeps your belief of limitations also intact. And that doesn't help you to grow and expand outside of your comfort zone and take in more, to expand your capacity to handle more. And so the ego is filled with gold so that you could understand what you're attached to, so you can understand what you're constantly dependent on, and so you understand what is running the show in the background. What are the things that are controlling you? What are the things that are driving your vessel and you're in the passenger seat? You're sort of in victim mode. Oh, it's just gonna happen the way it has to happen. Oh, I don't know, I can't do anything about this. Oh, this fear is bigger than me. Oh, this shame, I feel so shamed about this. Oh, this guilt, I feel so guilty. I'm so I can't, it's bigger than me. It's more powerful than me. When you trickle all of that down to the ego and you see what the ego has been holding on so desperately, out of comfort, out of familiarity, out of constant practicing and repetition, you start seeing what has been the script of your life. And a higher level of awareness will actually get you intimately with your script, so you could be like, holy shit, that's why nothing's working out. Because my character is not living, thinking the thoughts that are necessary for doing whatever you want to do in your life. My character is actually designed for failure. It makes sense. This is what my script is telling me. This is the words I'm using. This is the way I'm saying things. This is the way I'm clenching up. This is the way I'm closing my throat and stopping myself from speaking out loud. This is the fear that's controlling me every time I want to make a video and be myself. I can't, because this is the script I've been practicing. This is the script. This is the script I've been practicing since I was little. Of course nothing's working out. Of course I'm going through life and it's not easy and complex and frustrating. It's all in the script. And my belief system and the relationship I have with my ego, it is totally keeping me small. And when you feel small, you play small. You dim your light down to feeling small. And when you feel small, it means that your power is not activated. Your power is in the hands of other people, in the hands of people and places and things. This is why the growing up part is so important. And this has been my journey. And this is how I had lost my connection to myself. And I found it again. And through the practices, through the sacred lenses of inner child work, shadow work, and artist work, you activate all of that again so that you could move in the world with unapologetic personhood more confidently. And you give yourself the gift, the permission of doing anything you want to do. This is the greatest gift. And it's within yourself. You as the alchemist of your life. You're the creator. You get to choose, you get to decide. This is your power. And I'm here to remind you of this. I really hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to leave it at that. This is so powerful. And if you want to do some work, if you want to go deeper within yourself, if you want to go deeper and look at, maybe illuminate the script that's been running in the background unconsciously, manifesting limitation and the same patterns in your life over and over again. If you want to understand more why things are not coming easy to you, links in the bio. Let's do this. Courage, leaning into fear is what is necessary. And this is best done together, not alone. I'll see you in the next one.